Ready.
Call to order. Steve.
Yes.
Sue.
Yes.
Joel.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
Ken.
Yep.
Approval of the agenda.
Move approval of agenda.
Second.
Further discussion? Doug.
Yep.
Sue.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Ken.
Yep.
Joel.
Yes.
Public hearing, budget for fiscal 25-26.
Move we open the public hearing.
Second.
Further discussion? Sue.
Yes. Yes.
Joel.
Yes.
Doug.
Yep.
Steve.
Yes.
Ken.
Yeah.
Public hearing is now open for the budget for fiscal 25-26.
Move we close. Well, you might want to make a announcement for those who dialed in that now's the time if they have any questions.
Anybody online on the phone system? If you are, now's your time for communication about the public budget hearing.
Ken.
Okay, I move,
Now we're done with it.
public hearing budget be closed.
Second.
Further discussion? Joel.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Sue.
Yes.
Ken.
Yeah.
Doug.
Yes.
Public hearing is now closed. Discussion and possible approval of resolution 25-20, a resolution adopting fiscal year 25-26 budget.
Move the resolution 2025-20.
Second.
Further discussion?
I have a question on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th whereas. I'd like that explained to me. And there's also some language in there that probably needs to be cleared up. Decided to make the tax revenue. What are we trying to accomplish there and why?
So the employee benefits are their own taxing authority,
Mm-hmm.
and this allows for easier tracking of putting those tax dollars into the specific account so that they can be tracked coming back out for the applied purpose.
The only account it goes into is the general fund, and right now we have employees who are partially paid out of the general fund, and their benefits are written out of the general fund. They're partially paid out of road, and so that portion of their benefits are paid out of road, and same for sewer and water. The fund 112 is the tax fund. We estimate how much we are going to be spreading in the non-general and the general fund for benefits, and the road use, the sewer, and the water portion of the benefits are kept separate in their account. And what we do with 112 is after we spend the money on benefits, we do a transfer from 112 into the general fund to make it whole. And so there's a transfer in, transfer out. And the way I read this, instead of doing that transfer out and then transfer in for benefits after they're spent in the general fund, we're just going to have an expenditure out of 112, and so I suppose it saves a transfer, but I don't see where it creates any easier tracking.
It saves the transfer for one. The transfer requires that it has to be dollar for dollar, penny for penny into the general fund, so yes, it can still be found.
And
But it's,
same thing as in 112,
right,
dollar for dollar is to be expended.
it saves that step, and then it's one less thing that the auditor has to look for in the general fund, that those funds were actually used for employee benefits and not for,
So this is a recommendation from the auditor?
as a recommendation from the Department of Management.
Okay. I think the language needs to be clarified.
Do you have a recommendation for the clarification?
I don't know what it's trying to say.
Well, we're
Has
either trying to
decided-
take or we're trying to make.
Maxwell, City of Maxwell has decided to take the tax revenues for employee benefits coming into, I suppose, get rid of make.
I'd say make,
You'd say what?
not take.
Oh,
Wouldn't it?
decided to make the tax revenues for employee benefits coming into account. 112 easier to track.
I think could be clarified by just explaining that account 112 will be utilized for employee FICA and IFRS.
For employee benefits and account 112 for FICA and IPERS to come out of for all employees and elected officials. So what was your suggestion for the wording, Dale?
So whereas the City of Maxwell, Iowa has decided to make the tax revenues for employee benefits coming into account 112, I had it and I lost it. We're going to remove the easier to track by setting up an expense account. We could just say that the tax revenues in account 112 will be directly applied to employee benefits out of account 112 for FICA and IPERS for all employees and elected officials.
So, read me the language again.
Yep. City Council of Maxwell, Iowa we're going to take out decided. Will make, so it'll be will make tax revenues for employee benefits coming into account 112
accounts for, I think we crossed up the.
I think we just need to change it to, we'll set up an expense account for employee benefits and 112 for FICA and IPERS to come out for all employees and elected officials. We're gonna take out the tax revenues and employee benefits coming into one count. So it would be, whereas the city of Maxwell will set up an expense account for employee benefits and account 112 for FICA and IPERS to come out for all employees and elected officials. Does that meet it?
Mhm.
So you're taking out decided to
Yep, so we're
take,
gonna
make
remove
the
out
tax revenues
from has to
will.
setting up or by. So the city council of Maxwell, Iowa will set up an expense account for employee benefits in account 112.
So it would read, whereas the city council of Maxwell will set up an employee benefits expense account 112 for FICA and IPERS for all employees and elected official expenses.
Yep.
I move the correction.
Second.
Further discussion on the correction?
If we're gonna go ahead and make correction there, can we spell budget up at the very top?
Oh.
You don't like budget?
Budget? Yeah, can we change that to budget? Since we're gonna add it, since we're gonna make changes.
You didn't double check.
Yeah, bidet. Had to be confused with bidet.
Good thing that's a used it.
Was that a motion for a second correction?
Yes.
I would include that in the
The first correction?
correction.
Okay.
I'll second the same.
Alright. Any further discussion?
So we're voting on the amendment
Correction.
and then voting on the resolution.
Yep.
Oh, and we need to fill in some blanks. The hearing date was published when?
4/17/2025.
In the blank.
Tri-County Times.
And I would include that in the amendment motion, so we don't
I'll
need to
second.
vote.
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, we'll vote on the amendments and the approval of the resolution. Joel?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Yes.
Ken? The resolution is approved. On to discussion and possible approval of resolution 2025-21, a resolution calling for a public hearing for amending the budget for 24-25.
We'll set up and then the whole next line's crossed out.
The employee benefits coming into account.
Yeah, get rid of to come out of. And add the word expenses on the end.
Is there a motion for calling for a public hearing for the resolution 25-21? 2021, amending the 25 fiscal year budget.
And it's going to be set when?
May 14th.
May 14th.
Wednesday.
Yep.
At 6 o'clock.
That's our regular meeting?
Yes.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion. Hearing none. Sue,
Yes.
Joel,
Yes.
Ken,
Yeah.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
That is set for the 14th at regular council meeting. Leave that, add that. And mayor council reports. Steve,
None?
Sue, Joel,
Thanks for the new chairs.
yes. Doug, you might recognize it as him. Ken.
I'm good.
The only thing I have, I think I might have just lost it.
Along with your other emails?
Yes. Yes. Nothing, I can't wait till next meeting.
You sure?
Yes,
Think about
it's only been a week.
it.
Well, 2 days actually.
Another 2 days. Yeah.
Sue, we're waiting on you.
Your turn.
Oh, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Further discussion? Doug?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Ken?
Yeah.
Sue?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
We're adjourned.